Man, I'm bored. You know what I wish I was doing right now? Having fun at a Disney park. Doesn't that sound great, Diddy Kong? Disney is one of my favorite companies, and a large part of that has to do with their theme parks.
I've been going to Disneyland every year since before I was born, and I never get tired of it. The atmosphere, the music, the food, the rides, it's like heaven. And I wish I could go to some of their other theme parks more often, like Disneyland Paris, and of course, Walt Disney World.
That's it. I'm going to Disney World right now. Alright, I realize I live in Northern California and don't make enough money to go to Florida and Disney World right now, but I would love to go to a Disney park. And I think I might have a way to experience that Magic Kingdom. This is Disney's Adventures in the Magic Kingdom, a 1990 NES game made by Capcom. It's a game that actually takes place inside a Disney theme park. It's like everything I love about life wrapped up in one tiny dust-filled cartridge. Making a game based on a theme park seems like a kind of weird idea at first, but the more you think about it, the more it kind of makes sense, especially with a Disney theme park. It's an easy way to get in all kinds of different characters and worlds and attractions without having to make up weird stories about giant keys and secret organizations and darkness and... Let's move on.
The plot of the game is very simple. Mickey Mouse is ready to put on the Disney World parade, but it seems that Goofy has locked the key to the castle inside of it, and that's the only way to the parade route. Or something. I don't know. So it's up to you to help them find the 6 silver keys to open the castle gate so the parade can go on. I don't know why they need 6 silver keys if they have one regular gold key to open the gate, but I also don't know why they wouldn't just have the keys on them at all times. But whatever, it's an NES game, the plot doesn't matter. The game starts and you get to wander around a very condensed version of the Magic Kingdom. You'll immediately notice that your character looks like a park ranger. I have no idea why. I know it's a theme park, but I don't think Disney has any problems with bears trying to steal picnic baskets. Wrong company. Anyway, from here you can visit one of 5 attractions which act as the different stages you need to beat to receive your keys. Let's start with a Disneyland classic, Pirates of the Caribbean. Each stage presents you with a different task and usually a different gameplay style. This stage is a traditional side-scroller where your goal is to rescue 6 maidens and light a fire to let Mickey and the gang know you've done so. Why Mickey Mouse is allowing pirates to not only live inside the park but also kidnap women in the park, we may never know. As soon as you start the stage, you're on a boat which you can jump out of and immediately die.
And I will go sailing no more.
That's just a glimpse at how damn hard this stage is. There are pirates everywhere trying to kill you, and you have no way to fight back until the very end of the stage. There's pirates that chase you down, pirates that shoot cannonballs, pirates that throw things. Oh, come on! There wasn't even any indication that someone was going to pop out of that window. You'd have to have played it already to prepare for that. Trial and error is very common in this game, and it can get pretty annoying because sometimes the patterns of certain obstacles will change, like these fireballs. I don't know if it's a glitch or just poor coding, but I swear I played this stage twice in a row, and the order of which they popped out was not the same both times. However, perhaps the most disappointing thing about this stage to me is just how little it actually has to do with the ride from the parks. Okay, sure, there are pirates and gold and burning houses, but none of them look like any of the pirates from the ride, save for maybe this skeleton that throws gold. The maidens aren't even any of the women from the ride. Why couldn't they have made a sprite for the famous redhead? That would have been awesome. Even the music isn't the Pirates of the Caribbean theme. The music is good. Capcom always makes good music. In fact, the score is by Yoko Shimomura, who would later go on to score the Kingdom Hearts games. But it's not what I would expect when playing a stage based on a famous ride with a famous soundtrack. Anyway, you're going along, getting hit by every enemy ever, dying left and right, and then suddenly this weird beeping starts. What the hell? I ran out of time? There's a time limit? I wasn't told there was a time limit. How am I supposed to know that I not only had to dodge all this shit, but I had to do it in a hurry? I hate it when older NES games do that. Just let me play at my own pace. I know, most NES games at the time were not very long, so they were usually brutally difficult to make up for the lack of actual game on the cartridge, and that's fine. I don't necessarily hate hard games, but I do think if you're going to make your game so hard that Gaston's biceps are jealous, you should at least drop the whole time limit thing. So after you get through that nonsense and do it in a hurry, you receive your first key, and it's on to the next attraction, the Haunted Mansion. Once again, the stage starts with this ghost that can kill you in one hit.
No, it can't be true. I could fly if I wanted to.
As if the game wasn't hard enough, they start 2 of their stages with beginner death traps. I do actually like the stage a bit better, at least in design. Some of the enemies actually look like ghosts from the ride, and the singing busts even make an appearance at the end of the stage. However, the music still isn't taken from the ride. Oh well, at least this time you get a weapon to defend yourself. But that doesn't make it any less of a bullshit fest. There's this part where you have to jump across chandeliers and floating chairs, and you can actually get hurt by them if one of them hits you while you're standing on the other. So what am I supposed to do? Just jump immediately? I can't plan any of this shit out? The next section is even worse because you're riding on this other floating chair with books flying at you, and the path the chair takes is made specifically to avoid picking up any items that would actually help you. So you float along and then suddenly dead. Wow, I cannot believe that happened. I had to start the section by having the chair take me upwards, so when it starts to take me down, it kills me? How was I supposed to know there wasn't more stage down there? This game is full of cheap bullshit like that. Once you make it through there, you fight the ghost of Eddie Murphy's career, and when you beat him, you get a silver key from... Goofy?
Now hold on one Donald ducking minute. You mean to tell me that Goofy had the key the entire time? Then why the fuck did I have to make my way through the Haunted Mansion? I clearly could have died. In fact, I did several times, and Goofy just let me do it. Happiest place on earth, my ass.
At this point, your character should have just turned around and went to Universal Studios, but we can't, so it's time for the next attraction, Big Thunder Mountain. In this stage, you're riding the train in a top-down perspective, guiding it along the twisting track, trying to get it to Station 2 at the end, although the station that you need to get to does change every time you play the game. It's nice to see that the game does have some variety, and in fact, those first 2 stages are the only similar levels in the whole game. The rest are all unique gameplay styles. I do appreciate that. I don't have too much to say about this one. I beat it in my first shot. Granted, I was using cheat codes by this point in the recording, but who cares, whatever. You beat it and Goofy gives you the key. Again. That means he had to. The next stage is Autopia. This one takes the form of a top-down racing game, similar to Micro Machines or Rally X. I don't like this section because it tricks kids into thinking Autopia is anything but a boring embarrassment of a ride. The game version looks like this. The actual Autopia looks like this. Yeah, talk about false advertising. This one isn't too bad. You just race along and... Oh, what the fuck? What am I supposed to do there? There's a giant hole in the track. Oh, it's a bridge. And if you stop and wait, it builds itself. Why? That's a beginner's trap! Just like so many other things in this game. I have no problem with games being hard, but they should at least be fair. That's not fair! Also, the other cars can bump you into walls and grass, and it just slows you down a lot. Despite all of that, I somehow managed to win. I don't even know which car I was supposed to beat. The final attraction is Space Mountain. Now, Space Mountain is my favorite ride at Disneyland. Riding an indoor roller coaster in the dark with a rockin' soundtrack and some cool space effects going on, it's awesome. The Disney World version sucks though, so I'm not confident for this stage. Oh, okay. It's a reflexes stage. I didn't see that coming. Basically, you just hit the right button at the right time until the stage ends. It's okay. I guess I don't really know what else I would do for a Space Mountain stage. The only bullshit you come across is sometimes the directions will flicker back and forth, trying to trick you into clicking the wrong button, but it's easy enough to avoid. You beat it and Mickey gives you a key. Okay, now wait a minute, hold on! I can understand Goofy being an idiot and forgetting to give you the key, but Mickey? You too? I thought you were better than that! Alright, maybe not. In order to get the last key, you have to go around the park and answer Disney trivia questions these kids ask you.
I'm a big Disney fan. I love Disney trivia. I've got this. That was a practice question.
This section probably won't be fun for everybody, but I do like Disney trivia, so I enjoy it. It is dumb from a story perspective, though. These kids keep saying I have to answer these questions to prove I'm Mickey's friend, which means Mickey gave these kids the key. So why doesn't he just ask them for it if he needs it so bad? Again, why am I going through the trouble of answering questions about Roger Rabbit and Davy Crockett and shit? If this parade was so important, Mickey should already have the keys by now. Also, each time you answer a question, the kid tells you to go see another kid to get the key who sends you to another kid. It's basically a big fetch quest. Oh yes, that dog's around here. If you can answer this question, I'll let you see him. Okay, first of all, that's not just a dog, that's Pluto. Second, he's right next to you. I can see him. Sorry, you can't see the dog.
The dog is right there. He's right fucking there. Pluto is right there. Look, take a fucking look at this. He's right there. He's right there. He's right there.
So once you answer enough questions, you get the key and you head back to the castle. Mickey thanks you for all the hard work you did so he didn't have to move his lazy mouse ass, and you get a less than stellar ending screen. And just like that, the game is over.
You know, despite how hard I've been on this game for being incredibly difficult, I do actually quite like it.
I like the concept of experiencing different Disney attractions in different ways as stages in the game. It's hard as balls, but I don't think it's really that bad. The controls are fluid and responsive enough, the graphics are very appealing, and the music, while not from actual Disney attractions, is very good music. Capcom knew what they were doing when it came to the NES, and I don't think this game is any exception. If you can pick it up on the cheap, I think it's a fine addition to your NES library. Just, maybe have a Game Genie handy.
That's it. I'm going to Disney World right now. Come on, Diddy.
It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small, small world.
Wow, that sure was a great video we just watched, huh? Oh boy, woo! I wish I could see more of those. Well, you can, You can go ahead and subscribe to my channel and have a grand old time watching videos. And if you really liked the video, you can do other things like you can comment on it, you can give it a thumbs up, you can share it with your friends, you could basically become my own personal bit. That'll be fun, right? Go ahead and do that. If you want to watch another video I did, you can see my Zoo Tycoon video in that little annotation right there. Sorry it took so long to get this one up, but I think it was worth it. I think it's pretty good if I do say so myself. So, again, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Shouldn't be too long. I say, fingers crossed behind my back.